Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Rosie Aconseja. Thank you for watching my videos, for subscribing to my channel, and for sharing this information with someone who needs it. Today I'm going to talk about the importance of teach our kids things that unfortunately this old system education they haven't upgraded. It's amazing how technology, how other things has been changed through the years in the last century, and everybody has been upgrading in some way different things, to have a more practical and easier life. And unfortunately the education they haven't upgraded. Why? Because the elite, the powerful people, whoever is behind curtains who manage this world, it's not convenient for them that we are awake, that we are use our consciousness and our common sense so we can have a better lives and happier lives. So that's why, and if you remember high school, middle school, right now, you don't remember a thing from what you learned from there. Maybe you remember certain things because maybe the teacher make it funny, making it in a fun way to learn it. That's the only way that we remember things. For example, in my case, the last 2 years of high school, I studied French because we got assigned to study 3 different languages, and I chose to study French. The teacher back in the days, he was very funny. He made us to translate songs from English or from Spanish to French. We make like a theater, we act and using the French words so everybody laugh. That's the way. And in psychology, I learned that kids and adults, our memory remember more the things when we learn it in a fun way. We didn't have that pressure to memorize or to learn something. So my point here is, our kids, because unfortunately in the school they always teach the same thing, and even most of the schools here in the United States, they remove the arts and crafts. Now you have to pay extra or to take your kids to another place to pay if you want them to learn arts and crafts when they are in middle or high school. So the thing that we can teach them, so in the adulthood they will have an easier life. We can teach them philosophy, we can teach them meditation, we can teach them creativeness, we can teach them what is the other one, philosophy. And parents says, but how? I don't know how that works. I don't have idea. Some parents, they know because they like and they learn and they search, but some parents, they don't have an idea how to teach them. So remember, your Google friend, nowadays everything is Google or Microsoft, whatever browser, you can search nowadays. And even in YouTube videos, I'm not promoting because they don't pay me for commercialize the channel. But in YouTube videos nowadays, you can find even from recipes, how to cook a simple meal in 10 minutes, different kind of things. So you can teach them, you can even yourself, you can learn beside to your kids about philosophy, how the philosophers used to think in a different way from the rest of us, because they were more awake. They structure us, they brainwash us since you are little. They put you a TV, and whatever the TV says, that is the right thing. Whatever you think out of the box, that's craziness, that's revolutionary, that is like a other thing, because people don't want to amplify their vision, their consciousness, and that's why whatever the TV says is what it is, and it's not true. They manipulate the news, they manipulate everything that you watch in the TV. Everything is to brainwash and make you think that is the way that because they want you to see in a different way. Not in a different way, in the way that they want it. If you want to see in a different way, you are a revolutionary, a controversial, and blah 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 blah. So you want that your kid be happy, be happier than you, or maybe have a better life than you. It's not about material things. It's about knowledge. And if they have that knowledge and they practice it, they put in action, their life for sure are going to be easier and practical. So I encourage your parents to teach them values, to teach them what's wrong with these things, why you should do this, question them, teach them arts and crafts. Nowadays, in YouTube videos and in Google, how can I make a table from paper, or how can I make this and this? You buy the materials, the tools, and even it's fun because you learn and your kid learn at the same time. Depends of the age. When they are like 8 and up, you can start to teach them philosophy. Even you can find videos how to teach philosophy to your kids between these and the 8 years and 12 years, for example. And you will find a lot of material for free online from your home. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to pay extra money. How to meditate. Meditation, most of people confuse meditation with prayer. It's a similar thing because we're praying to God, whoever believes in God, or in a supreme energy that creates us. But meditation is mostly about ourselves. So when we meditate, we auto-analyze ourselves. Am I doing this right? Am I doing wrong? Why am I yelling? Why am I mistreating this person? What that person did to me that I yell at her or at him, or I don't know, push them, create a controversy, or whatever I did to them. I had to analyze: am I doing right? Why am I attracting the same kind of person in my life? Oh, I need to work in my fears. I need to work in whatever. So that's the way to meditate. Meditate is to be silence, without music, without noise around. Go and take a walk by yourself and auto-analyze. Think about. That's why nowadays you see most of the people nowadays, they talk to themselves. You think that they are on the phone, but they are talking to themselves, and it's fine. In the old times, because people was like this, they don't want to see beside. They say, oh, that person is crazy because she or he's talking to himself or herself. No. That's the thing. Society, our ancestors and family, friends never taught us that we need to learn how to treat ourselves first, how we can talk to ourselves. That's why whatever we don't have inside, we look it outside. And that's why we end up in the wrong relationships. Could be friendship or relationship with a partner, because we choose the wrong people, because we think that we don't deserve better, that we don't value, we don't respect ourselves, we mistreat us. Our worst enemy is ourselves. Our best friend is ourselves. And the best love of your life is yourself. So you need to realize that we need to be awake. We need to open our consciousness to think beyond and question ourselves. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? Am I doing something that is disturbing this person? Auto-analyze, because we always try to find guilty outside. We always try to find someone to blame. It is true, okay, then we blame him because that person initiated or started the situation. But if we initiate it and that person get back to me replying in the disrespectful way or mistreating or whatever, it's because I initiated treating that person wrong. Because most of human beings, we try is to blame others, but we don't see the mistakes in ourselves. We see the mistakes in others. This reminds me of ex-boyfriend that I used to have like 4 years ago. And when he was driving, he used to say, oh, see, that person put the directionals just in the last minute. I always crashing and blah, blah, blah. But then he used to do the same thing. And he didn't realize that until I told him, I said, hey, honey, have you realized that every time you're going to make a left or right, you put your directional at the last minute? And he was like, oops. And I said, see, whatever you see in others is because you have it. The thing is, we don't want to be conscious about it. We blame others. Oh, you see, you drop trash on the floor. But we do the same thing. Maybe not in the same place, but maybe in our house, maybe in our room, maybe somewhere else. But we see in others. We don't see our faults first. See? So we don't need to be harsh. We don't need to be hard in ourselves. We need is to be conscious and fix that issue. So once we fix it, we are not going to see in others. Don't believe me. Experience it. Try it. And you'll see. So same with the kids. And we want that our kids be in the future adult instead worried how to be their adulthood, because most of parents is overthink. Oh, hopefully my son, or they see other kids that they are terrible, they are in gangs groups or whatever. Oh, hopefully my son or my daughter won't end up in those. Stop worrying and start acting. How am I going to avoid that my son or my daughter is not going, when they are grown, they are not going to end up in the wrong steps? Since now. How? Giving them attention. 24/7 hours? No. Giving quality attention. Could be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, but just focus in that little human being. If they want to play with them. And they want to show you their horrible draw, showing, because for them it's a treasure, for you not, because you are in your busy life. So if we want to really adult kids that they'll be happier and practical and be open-minded about many things, that they don't go like most of the chips that we are now, that we follow whatever the news or the politician says, instead to to think out of the box. So we want them happier. We want our kids to be happier and better than we are right now. So to do that, we need to teach them. Educate them. Remember, schools, they give you math, geography, even geography, no anymore, history, a lot of things that at the end in your adulthood is not going to work for anything. It's crap. It's not going to help you for anything. They just want to teach you to sign, how to read and math, so you can pay your bills on time, and you can sign whatever the government or the politicians give you to sign. That's their purpose for you to go to school. But if you want a happier the little human being to be an adulthood in a happier way, you need to teach them at home, as a parent, as a mother, as a father, as a protector, whoever you are, uncle, auntie, grandpa, whoever is taking care of your little one. Teach them the values that we haven't lost through the last 30 years. What is those values? Maybe 50 years. Those values are respectful, be kind, compassionate, meditate, to auto-analyze themselves. What am I doing right? How can I make it better for me? How can be a better version of myself every day? And even when you put them to do that, you're practicing yourself too at the same time, so you won't forget. Philosophy. The other things that you don't have those skills or that knowledge, that is the internet for. If you don't have computer, go to the library. The library give you access to computers for free. So that kind of thing. I mean, there are the tools, the bias, how to get there. But people is lazy. They prefer to be on their phone, chatting with 1,000 people, having 300 and something friends in Facebook. But in the real life, they are not taking care of the little one. And then they say, oh, what did I do wrong? I gave them roof, I gave them food, I did the best. And then now they end up in the wrong steps. Remember, little ones are not animals. And even the animals, I call them the beings with hair, because they are more evolutionated than us. The thing is, they don't talk, so we assume they are stupid. That's why we mistreat animals. The animals nowadays, they are treated in a better way than human beings. How can be? Yes, they took them to the hairstylist. They treat them very well. And even the little kids, they don't treat them well. Remember, your kid is not a pet that you just play with them and get attention from them when you want. But when they want from you, you are busy on the phone or talking with your friends or doing your nails or talking with friends if you are a male, having beer, and avoid or neglect your kid. So when they are grown, guess what? When they are in the teenagerhood, they are going to be rebel. They are not going to obey you. They are going to do whatever they want, because it's another way to say, hey, I'm missing love from you. I'm missing attention that you never gave me. So now it's your time to pay back. That's their thinking. They don't say it. They do it. And then parents say, oh, see, my kid, he I don't know what I did with him. Now he's a teenager, or he's 18, 20. He doesn't obey me. He doesn't listen to me. He doesn't care about me. He never called me. But what is that? Because you put that seed in him or her. So whatever you do now, you need to open your mind, be conscious what you're doing with your kids. And then that's what you're going to harvest when they get certain age. Then when your harvest come, you will realize how if you were a good parent or not. So keep in mind those things. Teach them philosophy, meditation, finances is important. Finances. Teach them how to save, not just to put coins inside the piggy. Is to how to administrate the money. Give them, like I say, okay, I'm going to give you, for example, $1 weekly. Save it. When you get a certain amount of money, you're going to buy something that you need, not you want. Because that's the thing. We are consumers. Unfortunately, here in the United States and in the big, and most of the countries in Europe and Latin America, well, Latin America is because it's more poor people that they don't know how to administrate the money. That's why they spend it, but and they cannot even spend it. But I'm saying in the Europe, Asia, United States, we tend to spend a lot of money. We are emotional consumers. What that means, first, because we feel empty going shopping, that make us fulfill. And other thing is they make us consumer because you remember in the old times, you used to buy clothes. You used to buy certain things that last for shoes for 5-10 years. Now, since like the last 50 years, they make us consume more. They make it with a stupid plastic, with really bad material, fabric. So they make you buy. So for example, every 3 months you had to buy underwear. You had to buy clothes. You had to buy everything. First, the seasons. Secondly, because the clothes doesn't last forever, because they make it with a fabric that they make you buy more. If you don't buy more, they are going to broke. The big companies who make clothes, shoes, all that stuff, they are going to broke. So how they can keep it alive? Make us consume more and make us believe, Amazon and all those applications, they make us believe that you need that. At the end of the day, when someday you move to another place, you find out that you find a lot of things that are new that you never use because you want it, you don't need it. And then you realize, I don't have money because I spend it in this. Even little by little, they make you buy things from $5, $10, $20. You don't see it as a big pushes, but at the end of the year, if you summarize all the things that you haven't buy through the year, you see that you spend more than $400 a year just in stupid things that you never use. And if you use it for one time, and that's it. And unfortunately, we pass this through the generations. That means that we teach our kids in the wrong way about finances. We teach them that, throw away the toilet paper or the tissue. Don't just cut the small piece that you need. No, use it. There is money. So we have money. So don't worry. Spend it. Use it. Yeah, and then guess what? When you need to pay up for an emergency that your car broke, or you need to pay emergency for someone got sick and you don't have health insurance, then you have to pay extra money and you don't have that money because you spend it in tissue, you spend it in stupid things that you're supposed to be saving for. So unfortunately, our generations, in this generation, what we are teaching the wrong way our kids about finances. We're teaching them that always is going to be money, that you don't have to worry about it, you're going to have everything, and it's not like that. Because we are in a country, in a world that everybody spends emotionally. They don't spend consciously. Like, do I need this? Am I going to use it all the time, or just going to use it 1 or 2 times? And then it's going to be aside, getting dust and everything. So think about it. So think how things can change for better for your life and the life of your kids. Thank you for watching my videos, and see you until next time. Bye-bye.